Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be doing a review and first impressions of the Leuchtturm 1917, the 2020 weekly calendar. I purchased this weekly planner on a trip to San Antonio a few weeks ago, but this book is still available through the Leuchtturm website as well as through JetPens. I believe the cost is $23.50 on both of those sites, and I purchased this, like I said, at the bookstore, and it was about $18.50 when I purchased it a few weeks ago. Now I'm going to go ahead and unwrap it. I purchased this as a potential replacement for my Hobonichi Techo cousin size. I usually use the Avec for work-related planning or note-keeping, but I wanted to see whether or not this might work because I don't actually use the weeklies in the Hobonichi Techo much, so I thought this may or may not work for my needs. So I'm going to go ahead and unwrap this and then show you guys how it looks on the inside. Alright, so some stats on this book. It is a weekly planner and notebook. It has 12 months of weekly planning, 7 days on one page. Each week has a page for notes. It has the expandable pocket, 2 bookmarks, some labels that it usually comes with. It is 80-gram paper, and I believe it does not say how many individual pages it has, but I think it only has 1 page per week. So that's going to be 52 weeks, and each of those weeks actually have 2 pages, not 1. So let's go through and see what that looks like. Alright, so starting at the very beginning here, we have the stickers that generally come with a Leuchtturm, actually a little booklet about the company. And here we have a little return to or please return to so that you can write your name and your contact information. That first page is followed by this yearly overview. So this is 2019 yearly overview. Then you have 2020 here on the left and 2021 on the right. That is followed by this 6-month overview. So you have January starting on the left, and it goes all the way through June of 2020, and each of the columns is a third the width of a paper. There is some slight variation on the Sundays. Sundays are a little bit darker, and then you have somewhat of a heavier line separating the weeks here. So between Sunday and Monday, you have a bit of a heavier line there, denoting when a work week is starting. That's followed by the next 6 months on 2 pages. Ooh, I did not expect that. Then you have the first 6 months of 2021 as well. Oh, I guess it gives you a full-on overview of 2021 with an additional 6 months. So you have 2 pages covering 2020 from January through June and then July through December. And then you have the same setup for 2021 in these large or overview pages. Here you have an international holidays page, and I am in the US, so let's see if they have US holidays here. Oh, yeah, US holidays. And it breaks it down for 2020, and let's see if it's 2021 as well. Oh, these are just for 2020, but it does have so many different countries that it requires 2 pages to go through the international holidays. So the holidays for the US, for example, are right over here. So I'll see that in January 1st and January 20th, February 17th, there's none in March, none in April, and there's one national holiday in May. So this 2 pages covers just 1 year, but it has the international holidays. So if you're interested in holidays in other countries other than the one that you reside in, this is a good overview of several different countries. Next up is a project planning page, and I really like the setup of this. So you have all the days of the month. So this is July, for example, and it gives you the number of the week that represents. So for example, this is the first week, the second week, third, fourth, and fifth week of the year. And it allows for project planning, which is pretty cool, since I am considering using this for a work journal, planner, bullet journal-y type thing. This is a really good tool to have, this project plan, and a yearly overview here on one spread, just over 2 pages, where I can look at it at a glance. After that, we go into our weekly pages, and this is really where I feel like I find it the most challenging to consider replacing my Hobonichi Techo with this Leuchtturm. I have really become accustomed to working with either dot grid paper or graph paper, so the squares in the Hobonichi or the dot grid that I have in almost any other notebook. So this would be a big change for me to go to lined pages. I would have liked dotted pages or a blank page, but I know that for most of the people that use a pre-made planner like this, lined pages are really the way to go. My husband also uses a Leuchtturm weekly, so it's kind of set up like this. He uses a B5, and he likes that it is lined on the opposite page, but it is something that I feel like I might struggle with. So I wonder how I could potentially use this. Maybe I could use this just for project planning or for something very specific like that at work. But what we have here is we have 6 sections. You have a full section for each weekday, and then the weekends share this section here on the bottom. On the bottom of the page, it does not have numbers, but it does say week 1, and then that's followed by week 2. So on the bottom right-hand portion, it gives you the week that you're in terms of where you're at across the year. And this continues on the same all the way through the year. So there are no monthly overviews, they're just weekly pages. So here, once we get to the end in December, week 53, the last week of the year, then we have a bit of blank pages. I want to go ahead and see how many we have here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you have 10 completely blank pages. There are no dots and no lines, so this gives you some space to graph things or doodle things or really do whatever you want with those blank pages. After that, we get to the very end here, and this is a Leuchtturm 1917, kind of a cardstock. So this gives you an example of the gridding in a Leuchtturm 1917 and also some wider rules. Here are the stickers that you can use to label your notebook. Oh, and this is interesting. I don't think I've gotten one of these before in any of my Leuchtturms. So this book also came with this planner, and it looks to be a perpetual calendar. That second page has January through March, and then April through June, and then it has the numbers 1 through 31 going down the furthest left edge. Next is July through December, and then after that it has these little page tabs, and it has 2 letters per tab, so it goes from A down through Z, and then it has a line and there's a small separation there. So it's almost like an address book. This would be a pretty large address book to keep around, at least for my liking. Leuchtturm does have this teeny tiny address book here, which I really like, and I'm planning on filling in and keeping with my work bag. But this is a nice little addition, and I haven't seen it on any of my other notebooks. So that's about it, guys. Let me know in the comment section down below, what do you think of this weekly planner? It does remind me a lot of the Hobonichi Weeks setup. Here is my 2020 version of that planner. This planner has each page divided like this. On the left-hand side, there are 7 equal sections for every day of the week, and on the right-hand side, it's a blank grid page. But what I really prefer about the weeks is that it has all of these pages in the back. So it has, I think, 60 or so, 60-ish. Let's see, yep, 68 pieces of graph paper here in the back. But the reason that I shy away from the Hobonichi Weeks is just its size. So it's awesome that it's this small and portable, but I also find that in a professional setting, I prefer to have a larger book that I can lay down on the desk when I'm in a meeting, for example, and I feel like this might be a little bit small. However, I do see some pros and cons to the Leuchtturm, and I just wanted to bring out the Hobonichi Weeks because it was the most similar thing that I have in my planner collection. Let me know in the comment section down below what you're planning on using for both your home planning and for your work planning if you work outside the home, in the comment section down below, and also let me know what you think about utilizing this planner. Are you pro or against the lines? Do you have an affinity to a specific type of paper marking? Is this just a me thing? Let me know. And that's about it. Until next time, guys, I hope this video brought you some utility and joy.